Your talk, your voice, your show. This is Fox News Talk. Listen, learn, and be a part of the conversation at 877-367-2526. News.
I'm Bill Hemmer.
Politics.
I'm Brett Baer.
Entertainment. Live breaking news.
I'm Shepard Smith.
Get involved. 877-367-2526. Speak your mind. Call in live. Powered by the most trusted hosts in news. This is your show on right now. This is Fox News Talk.
Hello, everybody. I am Kat Timpf. This is Fox News Talk, and I am maybe the most trusted host in news. Call in and join the conversation, 877-367-2526, with another very trusted host and trusted friend, Ben Kissel. How are you doing?
I'm good, Kat. Thanks for having me. It's an honor to be with you.
Yes, of course, even though I'm incredibly diseased right now.
What's going on?
I've had a cold for a very long time, and it won't go away, and I think it's because I live in New York.
Right.
So I did some Googling, like, why am I still expletive sick?
Right.
It's been 9 million years. I'm very upset. And I saw a Men's Health article about what are the dirtiest things you can touch in New York, other than me, of course, at this point, because I'm
right. Sure.
Number one is actually a city bike handlebar.
That makes a lot of sense. City bikes, for those that don't know, have taken over our streets like a fungus, and they're messing with people parking, they're messing with people walking, and of course they're full of germs. You see people sweating profusely on those things, and then they just drop them off. They don't even wipe it down. You know, if you go to a gym, people wipe down the bars afterwards. They have a little bit of a respect, a culture of cleanliness.
Plus, they have a staff that'll do it if you don't do it.
Sure. Now, I'm actually surprised that there's more people not breaking out in hives and God knows bed bugs.
Bed bugs in the city bikes.
Oh, my goodness.
Number two was a Starbucks door handle. So you go there, you pick your nose, you get your bagel, and then you touch the
It's an interesting
handle.
It's an interesting purchase that you make at Starbucks.
See, but I don't do that either. I don't go to Starbucks. So a Link NYC kiosk, I don't even know what that is.
No, I don't know what that is either.
We're too Midwestern.
Yeah, the Link NYC kiosk. I have no clue what the heck that is.
We're not these coastal elites like everyone else is. Elites. See, I even call them elites because I'm so not one of them.
Of course, elite sounds like a special Gatorade or something with extra elites.
Yeah, extra elites. But then number 4, taxi handle. Number 5, Grand Central doorknob. So that's probably why I was at Grand Central.
I'm sure the Starbucks door handle and any other business's door handle, they have to be almost the exact same amount of dirty, don't you think?
Yeah.
Why are they singling out the bucks?
I don't know. I think maybe they're just anti-corporatist at Men's Health. They're trying to, maybe they've invested in coffee bean and tea leaf. Ooh. Someone should look into this. We may have just uncovered a massive conspiracy here on Fox News Talk.
It's possible. I gotta say, the city bikes in this place, though, it works in Seattle. It works in in cities that are a little bit smaller and have a little bit more space. New York just does not fit the city bike.
No, it doesn't. Remember when I was hit by that bike?
Yes.
Hit by a bike.
I mean, everyone that I know has almost been hit by a bike, and bicyclists I know have almost been hit by cars. I mean, it's a dangerous place. These bike lanes aren't helping either.
No, they're certainly not. And you know what? But I was never as sick as often as when I lived in New York City.
But you got to toughen up. I think you should start licking the Starbucks door handle, start licking the city bikes, the seats, the handles, and you'll be tough within a week.
This is why I keep Ben Kissel around. He's full of good advice.
Yeah, just treat it like the wall at Willy Wonka's factory, and maybe they taste like schnozberries. Who knows what it tastes like? But it might make you stronger. I
would be the one spreading the germs at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
It's pretty gross. So we have a big day here if you're into roast battles, Ben, in the Republican Party. It was supposed to be tax day. It's supposed to be talking about the tax plan, which is why you vote for Republicans, right? You vote for Republicans because you want to pay less in taxes because you realize that taxation is theft. And you want less.
I love it. If it can fit on a bumper sticker, it must be true.
Absolutely. Taxation is theft were my first words, actually. So, nice. Instead what we get is Corker fighting with Trump.
Yep.
With, I was talking about this with Kennedy earlier. I think that President Trump has this idea that he's the boss of Congress.
Right.
When really they're separate but equal branches of government. And they're supposed to have disagreements. You can do it without saying, you couldn't get elected dog catcher.
Right.
So Senator Corker goes on the air. He criticizes the president.
Yes.
The president says, Bob Corker, President this and that. Corker dropped out of the race in Tennessee, misspelled Tennessee. When I refused to endorse him, and now only negative on anything Trump. Look at his record. And then Corker, with also maturity, says, say my truths from utterly untruthful president, hashtag alert the daycare staff. And then blah, and back and forth and back and forth.
Alert Lindsay Lohan, it's Mean Girls.
It's Mean Girls time. Exactly. I feel like I'm watching the movie Mean Girls every time I look at politics. And again, where's the tax plan?
Well, there's the old saying, I actually don't know what the saying is specifically, but the basic, meaning of the saying is, don't wrestle with a pig in a bunch of mud because you're just going to get dirty and the pig is going to love it. So it doesn't make any sense for Corker to go down this Twitter rant style that Donald Trump likes to use so much. It just makes him look bad. Makes Jeff Flake look bad.
Jeff News.
Fake. Yeah, just Jeff Flake News look bad. The whole thing is really interesting from the perspective of if you're Donald Trump, if you're Steve Bannon, you could argue, and a lot of Trump supporters will be arguing this because they just follow their leader, like creatures jumping off a cliff. This is him draining the swamp.
Right.
They won't even face them, and they won't even go against him in 15 months at the election. That's how powerful Trump is. In reality, they're probably going to have a Roy Moore situation, which is what's happening right now in Alabama, where Doug Jones, the Democrat, is tied in Alabama for Jeff Sessions' Senate seat. A Democrat very well might be occupying that seat as opposed to a Republican, which is just a testament to how unelectable someone like Roy Moore is, or whoever else Bannon and Breitbart choose to select.
And what do you think about Senator Flake's decision to not run for re-election?
Well, part of me feels like, okay, you're a honest conservative to some degree. He's bought and sold just like all of them, Big Pharma, you name it. If you really do have that much passion, if you really do think that you have that much integrity, well, then have some cojones and stand up for yourself and run and lose. That's what I think, and I think he's getting a little bit. He's getting a little bit of like, wow, how courageous. No, quitting is not courageous.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I don't think this is about I don't think this is about the children.
No,
like you said,
not.
It's about the children.
No.
I don't think it's about any of that. I think he's sick of being called Jeff Snowflake.
Exactly.
And he's sick of being called all of these other things, and he knows that he has the choice between being called that for a little bit longer, or being called that and then losing, because he would certainly lose.
Maybe, probably.
And probably he would lose, and then it would be Snowflake loser, and that was too much. But quitting, if really, let's suspend disbelief for a second and say all of these things are true that he's saying about President Trump.
Right.
That the rhetoric of President Trump really is damaging to the children the way that he says.
I think that there's a truth to that,
and I think that there is some truth to that. Let's just say that it's that times a million.
Sure.
Everything he said was true. Wouldn't it be that much more important to stand in and fight?
Yeah, that's my personal opinion. I was watching CNN today, and they're praising these two guys as if this is a total indictment of Trump, as if this makes Trump look horrible. But again, I really think it just makes them look weak. Trump can now argue he's doing what he said he was going to do. And again, the American people are left with horrible options going forward when it comes to political candidates that can actually help us.
Yeah, it's almost as if there are no good politicians.
There are very, very few.
It's very, very tough. And then, the Democrats, we've seen a lot of the Democrats kind of trying to say, okay, look at this mess in the Republican Party and blah, 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 blah. And we had Nancy Pelosi waiting. Can we play clip 32 quick, please?
I think that the biggest evidence for lack of experience in a job is the President of the United States. I think I'm a great legislator. Self-promotion's a terrible thing, but clearly somebody has to do it.
Get out. Go home. You're done. Retire. Please, Lord, we need new blood. She is like Grandpa from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, sucking the last bit of blood out of someone's thumb as they die. It is horrendous. The Democratic Party, we talk about the Republican Party, and I understand why. It's a compelling reality show going on over there. But if these Democrats want to win, and I want to see a Democrat win because I want to be able to vote for someone at some point that might actually be able to win, What's happening there, I think, is almost more dangerous because it's not being solved at all. If you look at the Tom Perez flyer today that was sent out from the DNC, did you see that? It was like, it was one of these things like, what's scarier this October? And it was a picture of a Latino Republican running a Mike Myers mask and a werewolf mask, and it was obviously dog whistle racist, without a doubt. And the DNC, with Tom Perez at the head, is kind of going down that path. No message whatsoever. Zero clue how to connect with just everyday working class voters, and they will continue to get in their own way as far as I can see.
If you talk to an average person, their main issue isn't, transgender bathrooms and pronouns and all these things that the left...
All those wedge issues are they're completely useless.
My issue, for me, I just would like the government out of the bathroom in general.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, that's pretty much it. I just kind of don't know why this is what we're talking about.
Right.
I don't think our founding fathers were like, but what about the bathrooms?
When that happened in North Carolina, when this bathroom bill came up, what was that, 2-3 years ago? Out of the ether. They just made it up. They're like, how do we pretend as if we're different, the Democrats and the Republicans? Well, let's make a wedge issue. We'll just make it up. Let's pretend like it's a Jane's Addiction music video or a Twisted Sister music video, and transgender people are using our bathrooms. No one complained about it. Was there one incident of abuse by a transgender person in a public restroom? None. This is not an epidemic. Meanwhile, we have 200,000 people dying from opioids, and the government says, oh, that's fine. Let's just free up more legal rights for big pharmaceutical companies so they can keep killing our kids. We have to focus on urinals.
Well, we talk about the opioid crisis. I'm just not so sure that the Sessions Trump solution is going to be one at all.
Lock them up?
Yeah, the lock them up solution for punishing people. I think it should be treated as a health issue rather than as a criminal issue. Absolutely.
Well, we talk about it all the time when I do this show here on Fox News. FDA in 2015 allowed opioids, Oxy, to be given to 11-year-olds. You're going to tell me an 11-year-old is supposed to stand up to their doctor in a lab coat with far too many pens in their pockets for some reason?
Why do they have so many pens?
I have no idea what they're
There's
doing.
pens available around the office as well. I see so many pens.
So many. It's like a TD Bank.
I can't go to a hospital or a doctor's office without accidentally stealing a pen, just because here you go, pen everywhere. Yeah. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's it. I mean, what do you want the 11-year-old to do? Look at the doctor who is in a position of power, who has the education, and the 11-year-old is supposed to have some sort of moral code and say, no, I don't want this because it might lead to a life of heroin abuse.
And then we also have the crackdown on cannabis,
which
the incredibly dangerous substance of cannabis, which has killed 0 people.
I mean, the only people that should be investigating cannabis is the fashion place, because that's the only negative side effect of cannabis, from what I can tell, judging by the fish footage that I've seen lately.
Yeah, the fish, fish, that's like a whole nother thing. All right, fish concerts.
I'm just going to say, I don't firmly get fish. But
I don't get fish either. I went to a concert one time that was like Fish, 3 days of Fish, because our friend convinced me to go to be a great time. I'm not convinced that I heard any but one same song. Oh, I heard the same song. It was 3 days of just the same very, very long song.
But the fans will be like, they didn't even repeat one song. I'm like, they're all the same.
It's all the same song.
3 days of Fish, I couldn't even if it sounds like biblical or something, but it sounds like a nightmare cat.
Who do you think leaders, there's some people who actually I think have a more correct approach, such as Senator Rand Paul.
I liked Rand Paul, but you know what? I was thinking about him today. He's in my SH you know what list. He endorsed Roy Moore,
right?
Which is crazy. Roy Moore there's nothing libertarian about.
Which is why I said I thought that there were some people who had a good approach.
Sorry. Yeah.
And then you know what? They always hurt you. Just as soon as you start to trust someone, they always hurt you.
I know. I'm done. I'm done with that.
All right. Well, thanks. We'll be right back. Fox News Talk here. I'm Kat Timpf with Ben Kissel. Call in 877-367-2526. We want to hear from you. You got to call in. It's very important. It's a very nice time.
Get involved. Speak your mind. Call in live. 877-367-2526. This is Fox News Talk. More next.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
To get your free inventors information, call 1-800-359-7341. That's 1-800-359-7341. Again, 1-800-359-7341.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-611-5153. That's 800-611-5153. 800-611-5153.
This is Fox News Talk.
Headline Rewind.
1992.
Today, we have closed the book on apartheid, and that chapter is finally closed.
I experimented with marijuana a time or two, and I didn't like it and didn't inhale.
It's sad to see the community that I grew up in go up in flames like this. It really is.
Just want to say, can we all get along? Can we get along?
Doesn't help matters when primetime TV has Murphy Brown, a character who supposedly epitomizes today's intelligent, highly paid professional woman, mocking the importance of fathers by bearing a child alone.
It has been an honor and a privilege to come into your homes all these years and entertain you. I bid you a very heartfelt good night.
Dade County, as we know it, especially from the Kendall area south, is never going to be the same. It is fundamentally destroyed.
News as it happened then, news as it happens now.
This is Fox News Talk.
Wildfires burn millions of acres each year. And each year, wildland firefighters like Fire Chief James Hall battle to contain them. But they can't do it alone.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. It can ignite and destroy your home, your community, or more. That single ember can be just as dangerous as the wildfire itself. But you can do something firefighters can't. You can act now to prepare your home and your community for wildfire. You can reduce the risk. Do your part. Go to fireadapted.org.
Get Fire Adapted. Learn what you can do now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
Do you have pain in your elbows, knees, hips, and shoulders? Do you jog or exercise or suffer from arthritis or rheumatism? Now there's a new and exciting product that combines 3 potent ingredients to help you have a more pain-free and mobile life. NatureSeal Joint and Immune Complex can assist you in repairing and maintaining healthy joints. This product can lessen inflammation, lubricate joints, help rebuild cartilage, reduce healing time, and fight the pain of arthritis. The NatureSeal Company has combined their potent, all-natural colostrum with 2 more powerful joint protectors, MSM and glucosamine HCl. NatureSeal Joint and Immune Complex is ideal for active people. Remember, deterioration of the joints can happen at any age, so protect your family. Order NatureSeal Joint and Immune Complex today. It comes with a money-back guarantee. Call 866-PMI-ORDER. NatureSeal Joint and Immune Complex is $29.95 for a 30-day supply. Or buy a 60-day supply for $59.95 and get a 3rd bottle free. Call 1-866-PMI-ORDER today.
everybody. We're back. Fox News Talk. It's me. I'm Kat Timpf, here with Ben Kissel.
What up, Kat?
Hey, everybody. Call in. Join us. 877-367-2526. Ben, we were talking a little bit in the break about how Republicans, any Republican really, or who is in office now or formerly in office, be it Senator Jeff Flake or, as we were talking about, George W. Bush, criticizes Trump or Trump culture, and all of a sudden they're a hero of the left.
There is a thing going on right now that is driving me completely insane, and that is the left's amnesia towards what his administration did to this country. The longest war in U.S. history started under W.
Still happening.
Still going on.
Still happening, having a hard time getting out.
It's the only war that is almost of the age that it could sign up to fight itself. It is almost 18 years old, this war that we're fighting in Iraq, which of course is emboldening Iran, who is going to fill the power vacuum that ISIS is leaving as they are now losing Raqqa and a whole series of different things that were going to make up their caliphate. That's good. ISIS is on the run. That's fine stuff. George W. Bush cost this country anywhere from $4 to $6 trillion. We are in the longest war. The lives and the treasure alone make him handily the worst president, without a doubt, of this century, and I would say the previous one as well. So this love affair that the left is having with George W. Bush is driving me crazy. I watched him speak with Bill Clinton, not George Clinton. That would be incredible.
I would love to watch him speak with George Clinton. I saw George Clinton once, and
really?
I wound up on stage dancing. It was one of the greatest performances of my life.
I love it, but the only person with a mega brain here is George W. Bush. And I saw him speaking with Bill Clinton, and he still does that laugh after every sentence that he just has a throwaway sentence. He's like he has a little chorus, a little crowd in his mouth that's applauding every time he speaks. If you look at what he did to this country, it was the reason why Donald Trump was able to come in as an insurgent campaign and destroy the Republican Party. When he called out the Bush family for being warmongers, war criminals, that shook everything up. And George W. Bush, so for those that want to praise George W. Bush as being presidential, which he was a horrible president, keep in mind, he is the reason that you're looking at that person who is beautifully tanned in the White House right now, Donald John Trump.
Beautifully tanned. All right. Again, I'm just tuning in. I'm here with Ben Kissel. You can join in the conversation by calling 877-367-2526. Yeah, and of course, these are the things people, when you talk about presidential, people just mean not tweeting and not doing the back and forth.
Right.
For me, what bothers me about all that is not getting results. Still not having my taxes lowered.
Yes.
Healthcare. Yeah, that was a big problem for me.
It's a bit of a problem.
When you run on repeal and replace and you're just like, keep it and maybe try to tweak it via executive order is not really what people voted for.
Education. I mean, these things that actually matter to people, things that actually people want to talk about around the kitchen table. If they don't do that around the kitchen table anymore, maybe around the microwave as they're passing in the night in between watching their different iPad shows and whatnot.
I just got a kitchen table. My first one ever.
We have to sit around it and talk.
About these issues.
Yeah, we have to.
We have to talk about these issues. This is what we'll do after the show. We'll go to my apartment. We'll talk about the issues around my kitchen. I don't have any food, though.
I do think that's part of the equation, theoretically.
Yeah, I have 2 Rolling Rocks.
You know what, that counts. That's carbs.
That's carbs. Beer's a food.
Yeah, exactly. Well, for me it is.
It's grains.
And I have way too much of it. George W. Bush, when he was first elected, though, it was the exact same complaints. This guy's a clown. He's an idiot. He's a fool. Listen to him. The guy can't remember anything. He had consistently stumbled upon with his speech. I mean, he was Trump 1.0, and then of course Trump is Trump.
Ben Kissel, not a fan of George W. We'll be right back. 877-367-2526, Fox News Talk.
Some people would call him a loser. He ran for state office. He was beaten. He started a business. He failed. He ran for Congress. He lost. He was nominated for vice president. He lost again. But he knew only those who never tried are the real losers. And Abraham Lincoln was no loser. Persistence. Pass it on. from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Fox News Talk presents
Political Pop.
At the same hospital where she was treated for cancer as a child. Montana Brown was diagnosed with a rare type of cancer when she was 2 years old. She underwent chemotherapy for a year and then went into remission. She was then diagnosed when she was a teenager and had to undergo another round of chemo for another year. Montana remembered how wonderful the nurses were at the cancer center. She decided she wanted to become a nurse like the men and women who were there for her when she was sick.
The nurses here, the love that they showed me just really helped me and pushed me to want to become a nurse.
Montana received a degree in nursing from Augusta University last year.
I would always say I'm only going to nursing school to do pediatric oncology. Like, I don't want to do anything else. I'm going to school strictly to do pediatric oncology.
Thank you, Montana, for sharing your story. You made the Dean's List. Janice Dean, Fox News.
Chris, can you put the video game controller down for a second?
I can talk and play. Oh, I'm totally annihilating this punk kid in Nebraska.
I just feel like you're not acting like a grown-up in our relationship.
Am too.
Well, you still ride your skateboard to work, there's the comic book collection, the race car bed.
Look, I'm young at heart, but I put money into my 401k every paycheck. I picked up a few savings tips at feedthepig.org. I have control over my financial life now, and that feels pretty grown up.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. For free ideas and easy tips on ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
So, I bet I look like a grown-up to you now.
Well, except for the footy pajamas, I'd have to agree.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
This is Fox News Talk.
Headline Rewind.
1973.
I will not place the blame on subordinates, on people whose zeal exceeded their judgment, and who may have done wrong in a cause they deeply believe to be right.
I'm getting out of baseball because I don't feel that when I go on the field, I want to give 100%. And the people of America should look at a guy like myself that loves the game of baseball and being on the field and not being able to produce.
But it was the unanimous judgment of my advisors that resignation would carry a presumption of guilt sufficient to prevent a defense on the merits. And I'm afraid that what I've been hearing and seeing and reading persuades me that they were right.
People have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
News as it happened, news as it happens.
This is Fox News Talk.
Computer security threats such as spam, spyware, viruses, and hackers invade your business every day through email, instant messaging, web browsing, and your company's website. With no software to install and no per-user license fees, Barracuda Network's firewalls are easy to set up and affordable. Do what 50,000 other companies have done. Reclaim your network with a Barracuda Networks firewall. For a free evaluation unit, call Barracuda Networks, 888-ANTI-SPAM, 888-ANTI-SPAM, or go online to barracuda.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fox News Talk. I'm Kat Timpf, and I'm here with my good friend, Ben Kissel. Ben, how you doing? You doing okay?
I'm good, Kat. Thank you for having me.
Ben is my friend and a comedian, and he fills in on this show all the time. And you're running for Brooklyn Borough President.
That's right. Brooklyn Borough President. November 7th is the election. We're running on criminal justice reform and transportation. The L-pocalypse. They're shutting down the L train in 2019. I got a single-track plan that's going to save hundreds of thousands of people hours of daily commute. So check out bk4bk.com and vote for me November 7th for Brooklyn Borough President with the Reform Party.
That was great. How long have you been practicing that?
Yeah, it just rolls off the tongue.
That's fantastic.
In no way do I stay up all night looking in the mirror and saying that exact sentence over and over and over again. I don't do that, Kat.
I'm certain that you do. I'm certain that you do.
No, I said I don't do that, Kat.
I'm certain that you do, but that's great. Criminal justice reform. I'm all about criminal justice reform.
Absolutely. Legalizing recreational use of marijuana helps out the elderly, helps out the kids.
Yes.
Everyone is fine.
Absolutely. Absolutely does. All right, so a lot of the news today.
When I say helps out the kids, I mean kids suffering from diseases.
Yes, I understand. Yeah, I would in no way hope that you would be endorsing the recreational use of marijuana
Everything
for
in
children.
Absolutely not. I'm not like the FDA. I would not prescribe 11-year-olds with drugs that could hurt them.
Absolutely. So a lot of the news today being centered around this Twitter feud. A lot of things have gotten buried, such as the opening of the Obama administration's decision to approve this sale of American uranium production capability to a Russian energy conglomerate.
That's right. What is it? It's Rosatom, right? So that's the
big deal.
That's right. So basically, the in a nutshell, what happened there? The Clinton Foundation received $8 million from 2008 to 2010. This was during the time where they were negotiating how the Russians were going to take this Uranium One, which is a Canadian mining company. It was going to be sold to the Russians, and of course the Clintons were very engaged in that process. Throughout that 2 years, they got over nearly $9 million for their foundation. The Russians ended up getting 20% of our uranium, which is in Kazakhstan, and isn't that just a crazy coincidence?
It's
hence the scandal.
And the fact that it wasn't either. We had Peter Schweizer talk about this on the story the other day. Let's play that clip really quick. 26.
Both President Obama and John Kerry, when he was chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee at Hillary Clinton's confirmation hearings, they said you're required as a condition of being Secretary of State to disclose the flow of money. And in the Uranium One donations, they failed to do that. Millions of dollars they did not disclose. It only became exposed when we went through Canadian tax records. So a lot of evidence that there seemed to have been a cover-up to trying to prevent this money from being disclosed.
You got to disclose it.
Got to disclose millions and millions of dollars. I would think so. Of course, the Clinton Foundation, like so many of these other political so-called charities or foundations, are just money funneling operations. And I had to talk about this on Fox News today, and I got a lot of people because I was talking about the Trump administration, kind of staying focused on what's going on with that. There is a lot of binary thinking when it comes to I can not make fun of. I can comment and show disapproval for Hillary Clinton. It does not mean that I like the Trump administration and vice versa.
Right.
So I wish that people could just snap out of that. This story is really important, and I think had she won in 2016, it might have been a blessing that she didn't for her. This story has legs, and of course, at the time, the FBI director was Robert Mueller, who is, of course, in charge of the special counsel now.
And now he's in charge of the special counsel. Isn't that just delightful?
Isn't that? It's so delightful. And now, of course, they're going after Tony Podesta, some Democrats as well. So this whole thing, it's like no one is safe.
No.
Including Mueller himself.
Yeah, and you know how you're safe is that you don't make shady deals with the Russians.
Why is that so hard?
Why is it so hard? I've managed to do that for quite some time now. I was born almost, 29 years ago. Almost.
Yep.
Still 28.
Good.
Not to brag. But I've made zero shady deals with anybody.
It's amazing.
But a lot of people say, who cares? She wasn't elected. It doesn't matter. But
I sort of said that today on Fox News as well. Yes, I understand that.
And I tend to disagree.
Yes.
Because it still matters. There's still people in government that were involved.
Oh, absolutely. It does matter. Again, I don't believe it's getting as much press. Of course, Fox News is covering it quite extensively, to say the least. But had she been elected, I think it would have been blasted everywhere. And they would have to if they wanted to have any credibility whatsoever as news outlets. And I don't know if they want any credibility as news outlets anymore, the way that it seems to be going. But it is very important. It's very significant. And we'll see if there's another special counsel. I'm beginning to think that these counsels aren't that special after all.
No, because they're happening all the time.
Yeah.
Everyone's in trouble. And I think that the way, like you mentioned, some places will cover it more than others.
Right.
I think that's not just the media. I think that's the way that the world works.
Yeah.
I think that the way that people in government are able to get away with things is because no matter what they do, they'll always have their party backing them up.
Oh, of course.
So if someone on the right does something wrong, then the left's all over, but the right says, but what aboutism, and vice versa. And so we, the people,
exactly
end up getting screwed.
Absolutely. It's the people in the ideological center, left, center, right, and centrist pure that just get absolutely bent over and really, as you just said, completely screwed. When it comes to this Hillary Clinton situation, there's no greater example of fluidity between media and government than what happened in 2016 with the DNC when Debbie Wasserman Schultz was ousted. Next thing you know, Don in Brazil was right there at the panel. Woo, right up to become the head of the DNC before, of course, they went with Tom Perez. It is unbelievable, the fluidity from the media pundit chair to someone who has a more significant share with the DNC. And, of course, the RNC does the exact same thing. All
right, well, we're going to take a call really quick. Ian from London. Ian, how's it going?
This is boring. What is this you say about Radiohead?
What did I say about Radiohead? Here we go. What did I say about Radiohead?
What was the problem? Your daughter.
If you wouldn't.
Problem.
What happened?
What's my problem?
Hold on. What was going on with this Radiohead thing? By the way, I saw this, but hold on, Ian. I want to talk for a second.
Shut up. Shut up.
No, Ian, you shut up.
No, you're
right. I'm the jerk. I'm clearly the jerk in this situation.
This is good. It's like Bob Corker and Trump on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm talking to the lady here. Okay. What's up with your Radiohead business? What is it?
Well, my Radiohead business is, I think I liked OK Computer. I made a self-deprecating joke about the men I like to date on a comedy show, and a lot of people became very upset about it.
Yes, sir. What exactly is the issue? I feel
so
like
what's okay to joke about, sir? What is okay to joke about? If radio... Could you please stop interrupting me? I'd really appreciate it.
Jealous of the band?
I'm jealous of the band. Okay, so what is okay to joke about then?
What do you listen to?
My favorite band is Brian Jonestown Massacre.
Oh,
I like Jesus and Mary Chain.
Are you?
I like a lot of psychedelic rock.
They open their Starsearch band.
Ian, I got to ask, are you in the band?
Yeah, Tom York, is that you?
They don't even exist. What is your problem?
What's my problem? I guess I made a joke on a comedy show. So I guess that's so Radiohead is something you can't joke about. Should I have gone with something like a little more chill, like maybe religion or war to joke about instead? Radiohead is a little too serious.
What is wrong with you and your love for Radiohead? I've never heard of such fandom before in my life.
Shut up, whoever you are.
You are very worked up.
All right, Ian. I'm not going to deal with all that, buddy. Kat, can I tell the guy to get off the phone?
Yeah, it's time to get off the phone.
All right, buddy. Go talk to the Queen, okay?
Thank you,
all right,
Ian.
go worship your royalty, pal.
Ian's got a shrine to Radiohead in his house.
I guess so. So what was the story with that? I saw that on social media. People were mad because you said that you liked skinny guys who were...
I said that.
But what's the problem?
I said that I like to date men that are skinny or that are strange, malnourished, and sad, which is true. You know me well. These
I know
are
this
the
is
men
why
that
we've never had an attraction to one another.
No, absolutely not.
I know that.
So, and I made a joke about that. I said they have often overlap with Radiohead fans, and a lot of their music is just whining and moaning over ringtone sounds, which post OK Computer really I think is quite accurate.
I had no problem with Radiohead. I quite like Radiohead. I can't imagine that anyone in Radiohead would particularly appreciate a caller like Ian, who is chastising and screaming and really being completely unchill. For when I recall of Radiohead, they're chill as heck.
They're supposed to be chill.
Yeah. So I'm sure that no one is really happy that a woman is being verbally abused because of their music or mocking. It wasn't even mocking, if I understand this correctly.
Hey, guys, can I interrupt for a second?
Yes, sure. Please.
You didn't recognize who that was?
Who was that?
It's someone very close to the both of you. Very close. He actually tried to tell you who he was, and you got so worked up.
Who was it?
He's very, very close to both of you.
Is it? Well, I would say it's Lemmy, but I already know R.I.P.
Some people might even say he's on this floor. He's that close to you.
Was it Varney?
No, even closer.
Was it Gutfeld?
Yeah, it may have been.
It's Gutfeld? Oh, my God. What?
He told me not to tell you guys.
Get him in here.
That's great. That was a good voice.
That was actually extremely talented.
He did try to tell you, though, at the end, but you got so worked up that you didn't even hear him actually explain who he was.
How am I worked up? I'm like sitting on my feet.
I was getting worked up. I don't like it when people yell at my friends. My goodness, over such ridiculous things.
But I am still getting hate from that, legitimate emails.
I know. I've seen some comments there on your Twitter. It's ridiculous what people say. Well, Greg, good accent. Yeah, good accent.
I've been told to die.
I see it. I know, and that's why I'm like, well, let's do it then.
I've been told to die.
Oh my goodness.
So that was we can't joke about anything anymore.
I guess not, but you know what? Don't let them get you down, and don't let them stress you out because they're not going to do anything.
Radiohead fans or Greg Gutfeld?
Well, both. Both of them.
Hard not to get stressed out with the, you're just trying to do a radio show, and then you got this little guy down the hall.
Oh, my goodness. He sounded British.
Yeah, he did sound very British. So how long, I'm going to make sure to ask him how long he's been practicing that. How long?
He was kind of workshopping the accent on the phone beforehand. He was trying to think in towns and names. And
he was.
Oh, my goodness.
First he was Steve, and then he was Trevor, and then he was Ian. So.
See, because I can see him in his office getting excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, what is he still doing here?
I don't know if he's here, but...
Working on his accent.
Working on his accent.
Drinking the tea.
Well, if anybody else wants to call in and pretend to be a Radiohead fan, if any, 877-367-2526. If you have as little going on as Greg Gutfeld, just tormenting me during the work hours is not enough.
Is this the worst? No, this was not the worst Twitter backlash that you've gotten for something you said on air.
No, the worst was the Star Wars.
Star Wars is still the worst,
Yeah,
right?
when I said I didn't like it because I was too busy liking cool things and being attractive. Again, on a comedy show.
Sure, and I know you were being satirical there.
Being satirical, playing a character. And mine were a lot worse. They were like, you can't stop us. We'll be there at 8 a.m. and you're going to die.
They wake up early.
Yeah, I'm like, geez, you're going to just kill somebody, sleep in. I'll be sleeping in. You'll still catch me by surprise.
Yeah.
It was around Thanksgiving time. It was around this time last year.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was around this time. I know that because of the Time Hop app.
Oh, something's in the air, I guess. Really gets people worked up. It's like that movie Detroit Rock City, but instead of going to see Kiss, they're going to kill Cat.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's an all-night ride from Detroit to kill Tim.
And it's never the things that I think that...
It is strange. Out of all the things that have been said. Yeah.
Out of all the things that I've said, the real humdingers were... Radiohead and
Star Wars.
And Star Wars.
Both things which I actually find to be quite enjoyable. It's fun.
You like Radiohead?
It's fine, yeah.
It's fine.
You got to be in a specific mood for it,
Like sad.
You like sad or, sad or sad. Kind of saddest.
Just like super sad.
But I think there is nice melodies to it and things.
Ben, did you hear about this election anniversary of Trump? People are going to scream into the sky in Boston.
And
thousands of people.
In praise or in anger?
In anger.
And what's that going to do?
That's kind of my question. November 8th, thousands of Facebook users have signed up. Then again, a lot of people who have signed up. I saw Travis is attending. He's not attending. Our mutual friend Travis clicks that he's attending pretty much every event.
Yeah, he's a busy guy.
United States.
If you judge his Facebook, yeah.
But he just doesn't go.
Yes. Well, he's a busy guy.
He's a busy guy. Very busy. He's your roommate, actually. Yes. Events are also planned in Miami, Philadelphia, Dallas, Austin, and in Washington State.
I don't firmly understand. They're just screaming to the sky?
They're screaming into the sky on the anniversary of Trump being elected.
Well, I am not a big DJT supporter, so whatever. If it's going to be cathartic for him, why? You know how you beat someone like this? Someone with an ego like this? Forget about them.
Yeah, you forget about it.
It's like the Candyman.
You know
Don't
how
say
I
his
would
name
feel if
5 times.
one of my ex-boyfriends was screaming into the sky on our old anniversary? I would feel powerful as hell.
That's the thing. Energy is harnessed, and it does fuel, and it does give power, whether it be positive or negative. I think this is what keeps the guy alive, quite frankly. Like my grandmother.
All right,
it's just
like
the
his
bitterness
grandmother.
and anger just keeps her alive forever.
Absolutely. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. Call in 877-367-2526. Fox News Talk. I'm Kat Timpf. I'm here with Ben Kissel.
Your talk, your voice, your show. This is Fox News Talk. 877-367-2526. More next.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-611-5153. That's 800-611-5153. 800-611-5153.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-359-7341. That's 1-800-359-7341. Again, 1-800-359-7341.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cold time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Gentlemen, how would you like to be able to order Viagra, Levitra, or Cialis in the comfort of your own home? Now it's as quick and easy as a phone call to metameds.com. Just call 800-929-2699. In a couple of minutes over the phone, we'll ask you a few questions pertaining to your health. Your medical information will be reviewed by a doctor, and upon approval, your product will be shipped to your door. It's simple, discreet, and will save you time and money. For as little as $6 a dose, you can order Viagra, Levitra, or Cialis and have it delivered to your home in 3 to 5 business days. Call now to 800-929-2699 or go to metameds.com, MEDAMEDS.com. Call 800-929-2699. Call now and ask about the new revolutionary sublingual tablets, the quicker and easier way of taking Viagra. Isn't it about time you tried Viagra, Levitra, or Cialis? Just call MetaMeds at 800-929-2699. That's 800-929-2699. Or go to MEDAMEDS.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Kat Timpf. I'm here with Ben Kissel. This is Fox News Talk. You can call in at 877-367-2526.
Yep, no more Gutfelds.
No more.
That's the rule.
He's very proud of himself, and that's all right.
Greg Gutfeld on Twitter just said he called in. He said, quote, I just trolled Ben Kissel and Kat Timpf on Fox News Radio as a Radiohead fan, and they had no idea.
Yeah.
So thank you, Greg.
So thank you. It was interesting. It was great. And I probably won't ever hear the end of it.
No.
But that's okay. It's
that's
not
fine.
so bad. We were talking about this event we were talking about where everyone's going to scream at the sky.
Right.
On the 1-year anniversary of President Donald Trump's election.
Right. They'll get it all out. That's good.
So the exact event, 2,100 people say they will attend in New York.
Well, there's 2,100 people screaming in New York right now.
Just right now. But the Boston event, 4,500 people are registered with 33,000 showing an interest.
I mean, I don't know. Whatever you got to do. Maybe people will find love when they hear that perfect pitch and someone scream.
That's what I'm hoping for me.
The thing that annoys me a little bit is just like, Run for office. Run for city council. Run for parent. For parent.
Run for parent.
For parent board.
I didn't realize that's how that works.
You don't run for parent, I suppose.
So you suppose.
Do things, and actually make change. Shouting at the sky is like the epitome of working hard but not smart.
No, and also you think about it, the 4,500 people that are registered. Including, including Travis, our friend Travis, who will certainly not be in Boston. I might go.
Okay, yeah, go.
I might go just make a video, check it out.
Sure. I mean, hear some screams. It'll
hear
be
some
beautiful.
Screams, maybe meet a boyfriend.
Why not? Have a little fun with it.
See which little like mating calls.
Yeah, see whichever one has the real primal scream that is just like, that's the one that's getting me going. That one works for me. There you go.
My dad's going to talk to me about this later because there's no way he's not listening.
Oh, Dad Timpf, hello. I love you,
hello.
Mr. Timpf.
Shout out to Dad Timpf. Follow him on Twitter at Dad Timpf.
And the whole Timpf family. Well, I would love that. I can't wait for you to find love. I mean, we're going to have to interrogate the fella. It'll be a pretty intense process for him.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll be like, you work at Fox News? It's like, yeah, I do. Yes, I do work at Fox News, sir. So are we going to do this or not?
Well, I'm Tom York and I love you. Yes,
there you go.
absolutely.
Exactly. I'm surprised I haven't gotten, a message from Tom York.
Oh, yeah.
It's this whole thing is really depleted because I was saying I like these men and now they all hate me. Pretty soon,
they don't hate you.
I'm going to have to start dating men who I can't share pants with. And it's going to be terrible.
Oh, no.
I'm going to have to wash my jeans way more often.
I know. You like guys the size of my leg. I'm about 300 pounds.
Yeah, one of your legs is a little big for my all right, everybody. Thank you very much. We got Rob O'Neill coming up next. Call in 877-367-2526. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Kat. Appreciate it.